You know what?
Wait.
Happy Valentine, little buddy.
Happy Valentine.
So you're gonna be my Valentine, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be my Valentine.
Yeah.
Alright. You remember what I had you read last week? On Sunday? Before you went to bed?
No.
You don't remember that piece of paper I gave you and I said, hey buddy, can you read this?
Oh, it said, go to jail.
No, it said go to court.
Yeah.
Which just might mean jail, doesn't necessarily mean jail. So, but yeah, it said I had to go to court, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did I tell you? I said I might go to jail.
Mm.
Has your dad ever gone to jail, gone to court before?
Yes.
Yeah, do you remember when?
The time you were helping up a 70-year-old man? 78? No, 87.
87. The time I was helping an 87-year-old man stand up in court. And you shouldn't have to worry about your dad going to jail. Because he knows the law, doesn't he? Say, I was walking the judges up and down the court in law, huh?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And if anybody wishes to check that out, I'll link the video here.
Oh, in
Hey.
the bio.
And what should people check out? Or what should they do?
Like, subscribe, click that bell to never miss another video, and share the video because YouTube's algorithms show.
Algorithms won't.
Algorithms.
Hey, you want to hear a funny? You want to hear a funny message that somebody wrote on our YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay, this is funny.
We're shouting you out, whoever wrote this message.
I believe it was John Doe. Yeah, John Doe. Can you read what that says? Wait.
Algorithm bump.
Yeah, algorithm bump. He just wrote algorithm bump. Just to bump the algorithm. I said, thank you for supporting the algorithm. He said, well, someone needs to. So how about everybody supports the algorithm and maybe we can get this out and make this a real conspiracy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a Telegram. We are on Telegram at Just Conspiracy. Somebody is working on the logo. So that is awesome. So do you remember what we were watching last night before you went to bed? About the mom?
Yeah, getting to
Kids taken away. Oh, it's sad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So is KSA 215607 worth taking me away from you, huh? No? But it sounded really official. It's not worth taking me away? Yeah, that's pretty silly, huh? That's silly.
I'm like, I don't know.
No, it's ridiculous. So, I found this woman right here. And not only did they take her kid away, but her kid died.
What?
Yeah. The parents that they gave her kid to killed her child. For real, you want to hear this?
Yeah, let's hear this.
100%.
Because I know that it's just a cruel world, buddy. But I'm not gonna not tell you about it.
Okay. Alright, we're ready. I have you say and spell your first and last name for me. And you just look at me.
Casey Ferris, CASIE PHARES.
Casey Ferris.
Victoria's biological mom.
Yes, ma'am.
When's her birthday?
Her birthday is March the 27th. I did, from the very beginning, I made it very clear that I would do anything DSS told me. From at the beginning, they were very content with how fast I was doing. I had to do parenting classes. I did the in-home parenting. I did it at the Dream Center. I did both because I missed a class on one and they sent me to another. So I did 2 parenting classes. Then I did 26 weeks of battered women's classes. I did the 2 times a week for 12 weeks at the Phoenix Center while pregnant, and I didn't have a vehicle, so I had to find rides to do it.
I just want to hear the part where all the, like, I don't want to hear that part. I want to hear the part where it's like what you said.
The truck, you want to hear the truck in the background?
No!
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No.
But wait just a minute. I'm going to play this for a minute, and then I'll talk with you about it, alright?
No.
It's difficult. They knew that. I asked for help multiple times. It was just one thing after another. My living situation got bounced around back and forth. I've asked for help for that, and it's just roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. And every time I get so close, and I completed all of the things that they asked me to do, but every time I got close to finish, it was something else. And then by the end of it, I didn't have one of the 5 mandatory things that you have to have according to the DSS.
What was the one?
The home, housing.
So can I ask her a question?
I did pass a home study twice with 2 homes previous to that home study, but by the end of it, I'd been going through so much, I just couldn't maintain. And so I felt like DSS made me feel that it was better for them that, you know, Victoria was with a loving foster family, and I thought in my heart that that's where they were going, and that, you know, or someone like that, a family like that, I thought that's what the system was for. And so I thought, well, you know, if they can have better, happier lives and become better, you know, versions of themselves, then I guess that's okay. And DSS, I trusted them, and they failed.
Because you said the end, they were like saying you may be put on child support.
Yeah, they kind of like bullied me into it towards the end. I felt like it was not even much as more if I wanted to or if it was better for them, because, you know, you're always going to think, well, I'm still their mom and stuff, I'm better for them at the end of the day. But they scared me, saying things like that, every 3 months you can't pay child support, you'll end up in jail, or your kids are going to be drugged through this court case or, you know, trial where they have to get up on stand and testify, and you don't want them to have to go through that. And so I thought, okay, well, if it's going to be detrimental to their health, then, and I'm going to end up going to jail, you know, nobody wants to be in jail.
Right, and you never physically abused your children.
No, I don't even do, us as a family, biological family wants Victoria's body. We would like to make a plea for the coroner or whoever is the judge that's supposed to make the decision. We feel like we deserve her body because we're her family, and we're her family, and we deserve that as her family. And I'm sorry.
Because
This is absolutely insane. So her daughter gets killed by the people that the state gives her daughter to, and the state won't even give her the body to bury. Like, that's insane, isn't it? And she went through all of these classes, everything they told her to do. It probably wasn't cheap. It was probably pretty expensive. And then they wouldn't let her get her children back just because she wasn't living on her own at the end of it. And they wouldn't help her get a place to live. They wouldn't work with her. They were just there to take her children. And then when one of her children dies, they won't even get the body back for the family to bury. So here's what I think, little buddy. You know how we're doing these to try and get the girls back to their mom in Kansas? I think we should do these to try and get her daughter back right here who's dead. And this is why it's so important to get those girls back to their mom in Kansas, because things like this happen in the real world. It's just sickening and disturbing, isn't it? Can you believe that your government would take children away from their parents? And give them to murderers?
No.
And you want to know what she got? You want to know what she did? Bad, illegal?
Nothing.
Well, she was drug tested, and they found a plant in her system called marijuana. Is that worth taking your children over?
No.
That's silly.
Yeah.
And she wasn't violent, nothing like that. This is a sick, sick case.
Because that's Smith's family name.
Yeah,
She has a plot.
She has a plot waiting for her. Her family deserves this because
I don't know. To be first,
her family deserves this because it doesn't even matter. Her family deserves it. You don't even have to follow the because up with anything. Her family deserves it because it's her family. Right, little buddy?
Yup.
I can't believe what these people think they can do. And they're gonna do it if you don't do something about it. This isn't a Kansas issue. This isn't a South Carolina issue. This is a nationwide issue. And it's about your children issue. And it's about your parent, huh? Word?
first of all, victimized, then to be villainized, because that's basically what it is. You see what I'm saying? But if you can say anything to the coroner, to the judge, to anybody that's over the ruling of what's going to happen with the baby's body, what would you say?
I mean, this is just absolutely insane. If you're going to say something, if you could say anything to the coroner, to the people in charge of giving you what's yours, I'd say give it back. That's what I would say. I would say give it back or else. Think I won't. I don't know who these people think they are, playing with families like this. You want to know why this never happened in the past? Because somebody would kill you. You can't just take people's children. If people can just take your children, take your posterity, what's worth living for? I don't either.
I feel like this is illegal. I feel like they should get arrested.
The thing is that the people who do the arresting are the same ones taking the kids. Yep. And that's another story for another day, because we can't let these people fix the problem they caused. You know, that's just silly.
Yeah.
That's just silly. So, hey, look, this is right outside downtown.
You know,
Right
a lot of the
downtown.
things in
You
the
know that
investigation,
building?
of course, we do.
Yeah.
We're pleased with the court's decision. I think it was the right thing to do here. I know that it's a relief for Casey and the family to have this over with and to know that the right thing happened.
Of course it's the right thing. So what they were talking about is the woman who murdered her baby. They won't give her bond. They won't let her out of prison or jail. She's not in prison yet. Jail. Okay? So this is the bond hearing. We're going to listen to this for just a minute, okay?
We are requesting a bond today. Respectfully asking you to consider setting the bond for Ms. Robinson. She's 29 years old. She's lived her entire life in Greenville County in the upstate. She's a graduate from Lander University with a degree in communications. She also holds a master's degree in education from Clemson University. She was a middle school teacher from 2016 to 2019 here in the upstate. She had been the children's director at her church for 7 years. She was an assistant coach for an upstate middle school basketball team. She volunteered as a coach at the YMCA in Simpsonville for a couple of years. She was, until recently, on the PTA board in the upstate elementary school here in Greenville County. She volunteered at career fairs, character building workshops at 2 different schools in the upstate. Your Honor, essentially, she's been heavily involved in the community her entire life. She does not own a passport, Judge. Her family has lived here in the upstate for about 30 years.
I just can't take any more of this. He's basically saying she's a teacher, worked at the Y, was a coach, was active in the church. This is why you should let her go.
Exactly.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, I think that's more reason to keep her locked up because she's around a bunch of children. You want to let somebody who just got accused of murdering someone else's daughter, you want to let them out of jail? No. No. So they did the right thing. And they kept her in jail. Now they need to do the right thing again. They need to give little Victoria back to her mom. So that that family can bury Victoria where they wish, with the rest of their blood. Because that's where Victoria belongs. Don't you think that's where Victoria belongs? And this little man in training, he deserves to grow up in a society where he feels like he can have a child, not have to worry about these things.
And not having for the government to take my child away and then all this. Yeah, no. I do not want this happening. 100%.
Just like he said, all of this should be illegal. And it is unlawful. Legal is just what we write down on a piece of paper. We can't trust these attorneys and judges and lawyers to do it because they had their chance. We gave them authority, author it. Why? Because I have to now. Because we gave you the chance and you lost it. You freaking started taking people's kids, kidnapping people, locking people up over a plant.
Killing people's child and not giving their body back.
Yeah, so you can't have the authority anymore until you learn how to play well on the playground. Right, Malcolm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. We got a little update about Sierra. We hope that everybody keeps following that story because, you know, they kicked in her door with a bogus warrant, didn't even have a timestamp, which, by the way, if they ever get an order to take custody of your child and you haven't had a court hearing, like, you know, a emergency order, you know, like a abuse order, you know, they call it a 50B up in North Carolina. I don't know what they call it down here, but like a restraining order. They sign these things, these judges, and it's never stamped in by the clerk. It's never lawful because you can't get a lawful order to go take somebody's child without even hearing from them in a court. Like, you remember when I was playing that video of me going to court?
Yeah.
And you remember me asking them, how do I plea if I don't know what facts are on the record? How do I plea if I don't know what facts are on the record?
Mm-hmm.
Who did I hurt? Who did I harm?
Nobody. And they said you harm the state.
Yeah, so if I can harm the state with no facts on the record of the court, and they can just take children with no facts on the record of the court,
and not give their children back?
You're a slave if you think that stuff is for real. You go along with it. Only slaves go along with that stuff. Nobody's taken my property from me. Am I your property?
Yeah.
Do you own me?
No.
Do you use and enjoy me?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's ownership. You own me. Nobody else can use me like you, huh? Mm-mm. Anyways, happy Valentine's, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Hopefully, y'all join us in this conspiracy to get 2 girls back to their mama that are alive and one that's dead.
So that they can bury her.
Hopefully, we're not talking about something worse than this next month.
Oh gosh, if we're talking about something like this, worse than this, I'm gonna be out this house when they're playing it. I'll be like, no, and then walk myself out.
We'll see y'all soon. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Early.
But here's what Walter Williams had to say. The most damage done to Black Americans is inflicted by those politicians, civil rights leaders, and academics who assert that every problem confronting Blacks is a result of a legacy of slavery and discrimination. That's a vision that guarantees perpetuity for the problems. While we're at it, let's hear what Tom Sowell has to say. Racism is not dead, but it is on life support, kept alive by politicians, race hustlers, and people who get a sense of superiority by denouncing others as racists. And that's pretty much the end of this video, but before I go, I do want to bring up one more point to drive this topic home. Going back to the media's selective and inconsistent news coverage, I'm curious, how many of you have heard about Victoria Rose Smith? Anyone? Well, Victoria was a white 3-year-old girl who was beaten to death by her black adopted parents. Victoria's death came only a few weeks after her adopted mother said this on Twitter. "In my house, my black children get treated the same way as my white children, and my white children get treated the same way as my black children. It's a shame that when they go out into the real world, that won't be the case. Hashtag white privilege. Hashtag Black Lives Matter." I don't think it's a mystery as to why the news overlords haven't picked up on this story. And if I may add, this example shows the stark contrast of those who promote hate and division under the guise of activism. Is this the part where we use the hashtag say her name, or is that reserved just for black people? If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Also, a huge shout out to my Subscribe Star members for sponsoring another video. My name is Gothix, and I'll see you on the flip side.